بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين إلى يوم الدين أما بعد إن معه جبل خبز ونهر ماء. Dajjal will have in his control the resources and the reserves on earth as people of Iman. اتقوا فراسة المؤمن. A believer does not just pass time, they make time. They don't wait for events to happen, they prepare for events. So this topic here has been discussed with regards to food reserves, water resources, and summaries have been mentioned so that we can have the awareness, research can be done, work can be done, and preparation can be made accordingly, whether it's with regards to our amal, whether it's regards to our asbab. Am I still asleep? Am I still vulnerable? Am I still oblivious of what is happening, the reality and the effort and the planning and the plotting of batil? Forget the global preparation. I'm not even worried about my own personal safety and my family as a household. What water security, what food security preparation have I made? Whether it's basic, different water filtration systems, rainwater harnessing, boreholes that are running completely off the grid, which is not reliant on electricity, air to water technology, etc., etc., etc. Forget country-wise, forget nationally, local-wise, ward-wise, town-wise. Even as an individual in my own home, I don't have the ihsas and the awareness of preparing. What amal should I do in a situation to draw Allah's help? How should I strengthen my salah? How strong should my dua be? What wazaif should be read in the time of different halat and conditions? What amal should I do to draw Allah's help? And what amal, sins, ma'asiyat, disobedience is being perpetrated that will snatch Allah's help? So the time that a person is enjoying wasting is wasted time. The ummah enjoys wasting time. That makes a person wasted. Batil has engineered systems so we don't focus on what we should be focusing on, and that will snatch time, that will snatch barakah in time, it will snatch the real vision to see what they are planning. Am I just good enough for watching movies, na'udhu billah, playing games on the PlayStation? Am I just good for watching sports? Am I just good on going social media and posting? Is that all that I can do? Am I just good at just going onto the internet and surfing? So I'm a master, I'm an expert in every field besides deen, besides Allah, besides sunnah. The plan is on, the game has started. But am I so gullible? Have I started these amal? Have I drawn hidayat from Allah to decrypt? These are demonic, these are satanic dirty bombs. Am I making the same mistakes again and again and again? What has happened to the ummah? Where was our weakness? Where was infiltration? Where have they infiltrated our systems? How have they corrupted our systems? What has history taught me? The current global events, the current global turmoil, the current global situations in different countries. What is that teaching me? What is it teaching us as an ummah? Open Muslim human right violations and nothing is done about it. What is it telling us? What are we waiting for? When systems crash, then will I wake up? Forget tying the camel. I don't even have the rope. I don't even have the rope. So, history, is it repeating itself? They say like there was a youngster came to the teacher, "Madam, please, can you help me put my boots on?" So the kindergarten teacher came and she said, "Okay, no problem." And she put the boots, but it was very tight. She tried, and she managed to put the second boot on, and she almost burst into tears when he said that you got the wrong shoe on the wrong side. It's opposite. So they were upside down. So again, now struggling, take it off. And then she got it right. And the boys looked at the boots and said, "Oh, ma'am, these are not my boots." She became upset. "What are you saying?" He said, "These are the wrong boots." So she said, "How come you brought this?" "No, my brother has these boots here." She said, "Okay. Why didn't you just say it at the time?" He said, "No, my mother, my ummi, put them on and I wasn't noticing." So the teacher, now upset, went to the brother, took out the boots, and eventually, now happy, the work is done. So the boy says, "Sorry, ma'am, but I put the mittens I stuffed it in my boots. You need to take it out again." So mistakes upon mistakes upon mistakes. Ummat is parishan. When will we realize? When will this hidayat come? When does reality kick in? Abdul Wahab used to say, if you are not affected by your own dhikr when making dhikr, a zakir making dhikr is not affected, how will your dhikr affect anybody else? Like the mashayikh say, जो अपनी नमाज में अपना बातिल ख़त्म नहीं कर सके तो दुनिया के बातिल को किस तरह ख़त्म कर सकते? If in your own salah you cannot destroy your own batil, the falsehood, the thoughts, the loss of concentration, the not knowing the masail, we cannot even destroy our own batil. How will the salah destroy the batil of the world? So what darkness we don't even realize it. Haji Padia was once in a janazah. There were some brothers that were there, and the janazah salat happened, and then the burial, and Haji didn't greet anybody, and he carried on as normal, and they thought, so you know what, we did something very, very bad. Maybe Haji Sahib found out and he's upset with us. So anyway, after the janazah salah and the burial completed, on the way now going out of the qabristan, Haji Bhai came, hugged them and welcomed them and did whatever needs to be done for istiqbal. Brothers were shocked. Said, Hazrat, we thought so you were upset with us, and now we realize you're not upset with us. It seems like you were missing us. There's two contradictions. Haji Bhai Padia said, when the janazah namaz is taking place, the janazah is getting ready, and when you put in the man in the qabr, everything is giving you dawah to death. That's where you're going to go. That's your destiny. There's nothing else you should be focusing on. Not meeting people, not talking to people, not discussing things. The death is a lesson. It's a wa'iz. It's a warner. It's in front of you. It's vivid. It's clear. This is the moment you should be focusing on your akhirah. And now you're socializing. That's not munasib. That's not appropriate. So understand the need of the time, understand the taqaza of the time, understand the demand of the time. So which world am I in? Am I really prepping? Am I really implementing steps, amal wise, asbab wise? So food security, water security. and go through different factors. China facing water shortages from the increase in infrastructure, the contamination of water, agricultural division sector, more water needed. So shortage of food is there, but when there's no water, primarily no food. La ilaha illallah. And Isa alayhi salatu wasalam in that era also, the food will be subhanallah. So when we at our last, every subhanallah can sustain us, but we haven't learned to sustain ourselves from subhanallah now. So China is their plan B now to secure domestic demand for food. They've established farms in other countries: Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Kenya, Russia, Zimbabwe. Then look at India, contaminated crops. So the irrigation is untreated wastewater, heavy pollutants, cadmium, copper, lead, zinc, nickel, chromium. In the water, it has leached into the ground. And even the vegetables and the fruit grown was sampled, and they detected all these heavy metal pollutants, which scientifically has exceeded the allowed limits. So it's these vegetables, these fruits are unsafe for consumption. Look at Bangladesh. So your water has organic contaminants. It's unfit for consumption because of the high level of arsenic. So estimates say 60% of the wells around the Ganges Brahmaputra river basin has arsenic levels which has exceeded the recommended water consumption limits, and 35 to 77 million Bangladeshis are at a risk of facing arsenic poisoning. On that level, then look at data, go through it from the rivers to lakes are drying up. Colorado River is drying up, and that maintains two of the country's largest reservoirs. Lake Mead levels are dropping, moving to a dead pool, and there won't be enough water. So and that affects 40 million people in 7 states and in Mexico. Then the Yangtze River in Asia, drying up. Its tributaries are parched, it's just sand, no water. China announced a nationwide drought alert in such a long time, the greatest heat wave in 6 decades. And in the province, 84 million people, 80% of power comes from hydropower. The river is drying up. The Rhine, which starts from the Swiss Alps, goes through Germany, the Netherlands, out to the North Sea, an important channel for European shipping. You can see the riverbed, the River Po, from the top of Italy to the Adriatic Sea. And if we look at it now, it is so dry that even they found a World War II bomb, because the water levels have receded. 30% of Italy's food is produced from this river. Then the Loire in France. Most of the vineyards in France, the source is from here, now stretching around 600 miles and supporting many of the country water systems, is drying up Danube in Western Europe, the longest river and shipping line. It passes through 10 countries. So look at Romania, Serbia, Bulgaria. Ships cannot pass. Then Bolivia. Look at the lake in Bolivia, Aral Sea, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Lake Badwater, California, Lake Chad, Central Africa. 95% from 1960 to 2001, Lake Chad lost its volume. Owens Lake, California, Lake Powell, Arizona, Utah. Go through this data, the statistics. Everything is there. The situation on the ground is real. This is the prelude. But we're not seeing through it. Our lives are carried on as normal. Absolutely normal. No urgency, no preparation. If we look at just conflicts from Palestine and Jordan, Israel, etc. Now Lebanon put some infrastructure, 60 communities, running water, domestic use, and that alone, Israel was upset. They said you have violation of the international law. Although it was only 0.5% of Israel's annual water consumption, but they're ready to take up arms. This story was brought to the UN and European Union, UN officials, there had to be intervention. Israel was ready to attack Lebanon, and inauguration of the project which they were launching, they were going to sabotage it, they were going to declare war. So how serious is the situation that even after seeing globally how people are ready to die and fight for water, currently now we are doing nothing. Look at the Nile Basin. So there was the NBI, the Nile Basin Initiative, and this covered 10 countries where between the conflicts in the Nile Basin, they call it the transboundary water conflicts. So there was a dispute of the water, and they had a CFA, Cooperative Framework Agreement. So Burundi, Kenya, Uganda, Ethiopia, Tanzania, Rwanda, etc., Egypt, Sudan, DRC, they wanted them to come onto one system. So militaries have gotten involved. This is in 1967, the Arab-Israeli war which was fought was not for land. It was control of the water, the river Jordan, the tributaries. Israel seized Golan Heights and the headwaters of the Jordan River, the Yarmouk River, it came under their control. So this occupation of the West Bank gave them control over the lower Jordan River basin. The 1982 Israeli invasion of Lebanon, that was a security zone, and Israel wanted to take control of the Litani rivers. So most of the stumbling blocks in negotiations, Israel, Syria, Palestine, etc., it's all about the water. Israel is mining underground water. The Palestinian aquifers, they are taking access to that, but Palestinians have no access to this. And it's a tactic, it's a strategy. So Israel has 450 settlers, 1,000. And Palestinians more than 2.3 million. But they use more water combined than the Palestinians. And now the Palestinians are paying for their water. So globally, 780 million people without access to drinking water. 2.5 billion people without sanitation. It's boiling down to the water. And the shortage of water, and the need for water, and the demand for water. So, as people of Iman, we need to implement steps. We need to be vigilant. We need to be aware. we need to be research orientated. We need to be tarbiyat orientated. We need to have the mindset of not waiting for things to happen, but preparing accordingly. Knowledge is a tool. Use this tool well. May Allah give the ummah, each one of us, especially myself, whatever has been said is for myself, the understanding to practice on complete deen, to propagate complete deen, to take this deen to the whole of mankind till the day of Qiyaamah. And if we are alive in the zamana of Dajjal, Allah protect us and make us from the Jamaat of Hazrat Mahdi radiyallahu an. May Allah accept one and all. The amal for today is to give priority to the first saf. Sahaba say, كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يأتي ناحية السف ويسوي بين صدور القوم ومناكبهم. Nabi alayhi salam used to go to the end of the row and straighten the chest and the shoulders of people. He used to go personally. You say, لا تختلفوا فَتَخْتَلِفَ قُلُوبُكُمْ. Let there be not any crookedness. Make sure you are straight. إِنَّ اللَّهَ وَمَلَائِكَتَهُ يُصَلُّونَ عَلَى الصَّفِّ الْأَوَّلِ. Surely Allah and His angels send salutations to the first row, to the first saf. وَآخِرُ دَعْوَانَا أَنِ الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ.